I have a fun activity to share with you today that's going to help us understand the teenage brain and a couple tips on getting your teenager's neurons to fire in all the right places. I'm Annie Agin, and my passion is helping teenagers achieve their highest academic potential. And I also work with parents. I empower kids with the most essential tools for success. And these are tools, unfortunately, not taught at school. Now, schools do a lot of things very, very well. The way that I explain it is that schools do a great job of teaching the what. And by the what, I mean the subject matter math, English, science, history, but not such a good job at teaching the how to learn, how to operate your brain, own your brain. So I want you to get your hands on some of that how right now by clicking this link and grabbing up a fantastic packet just for you and your teen. I want you and your teen to crack the code of learning faster, deeper, and with longer retention with these three valuable checklists. Okay, so to better understand what's going on under the hood of the adolescent brain, we are going to use Dr. Dan Siegel's popular hand model of the brain. Dr. Siegel is a professor of psychiatry at UCLA, and he is also the founder, co-director of the Mindful Awareness Research Lab, which is also at UCLA. So, parents, feel free to join in the fun. Go ahead and hold up your hand and show me your palm. And next, you're going to tuck in your thumb and then fold those fingers right around your thumb. And then show me your profile. Now, that's a beautiful model of the brain. This is a handy model of the brain. Do you get the pun? I think that's kind of cute. It's a great way to represent the brain and its important three parts, which we're going to discover next. From the bottom, the wrist of our model represents the brain stem. The brain stem is responsible for basic survival functions such as breathing, heart rate, involuntary functions of the body. And it's part of the brain that reacts very quickly to threats or danger. That's important. Okay, so next, moving up the wrist and into the fist, we are looking at the limbic system. So the palm of our handy model and the back are going to represent the limbic system. And this system is where emotions are processed. And it's also home to the amygdala. So my thumbkin today is standing in as amygdala. There are actually two amygdalae, symmetrically seated on both sides of the brain. So for our purposes, we are going to refer to the amygdala as the alarm system. A for alarm, A for amygdala to make it easy to remember. If the brain stem senses danger, it's going to quickly process that information and send it to the amygdala, and that amygdala alarm is going to go off. So next and finally, we have the last part of the brain, which is the fingers wrapped around the amygdala, and they represent the prefrontal cortex. These little phalanges make up the front part of the brain, which is responsible for higher level thinking. So problem solving and self-regulation. All those essential soft skills, executive functioning skills, life skills, adulting skills, all the skills that I coach kids on a daily basis. Of course, we want the teen brain to move through their day, especially at school, like this. You know, side profile looking good, calm, cool, collected, brain intact. If you are a parent and you have a teenager at home, then you know from experience that from time to time, they are known and prone to flipping their lids. So flipping the lid looks like this with our hand model. It's when the amygdala is activated by that intense emotion, the alarm goes off and it makes the frontal lobe scatter. So now we have scatterbrain, or it might freeze, which makes it even more impaired. When the prefrontal cortex isn't in its place and in charge at the helm, then the brain is going to react impulsively from what's called hot cognition. So, what are we to do with this neurology and biology that feels like it's working against us? Well, simply by identifying when your teen's prefrontal cortex is about to become unhinged or pop off, we can engage real strategies. And these are really effective strategies. And they'll allow our teens to regain control over their emotions and cool down their cognition. So here they are. The first strategy is parents to stay calm and strong. Please, there's the only thing worse than one brain flipping out is two brains flipping out. So just keep your calm, keep your cool, be imperturbable. Don't escalate with your child's blowing gaskets. Don't be tempted to go there. The second strategy is to ask this magical question. The question is, how can I help? Hey, we've got this. What can I do for you? How can I help you? This question is an instant tranquilizer because it is so effective because it conveys genuine love and validation for your child. And then, in order to process and answer that question, your child has to re engage and reconnect to their prefrontal cortex. The second your teen thinks, oh, what can mom do for me? The brain activity moves instantly from the primal emotional back part of the brain, allowing that amygdala alarm to cool down. And the activity is now here in the front part, functioning rational part of the brain. I thank Dr. Dan Siegel for his amazing work in creating this hand model. It helps us teach self regulation to kids and adults, and it provides a tangible, very relatable way to understand and manage our emotional responses. Coach Annie Agin predicts that next time you see your child or teen getting a little hot under the collar, you're going to be much more understanding and unwavering through their storm and a lot more tactical and strategic about getting them safely through those storms. Your commitment to learning these new skills, to becoming more resourced, is going to pay off for you in dividends, I promise. As you practice these skills, I guarantee on the other side is not just that pleasant rainbow, but a closer connection with your child. And so, my dear parents, until next week, I wish you all A's in your every endeavor. Adios.